Well, if we're gonna find out more about being Chinese, we better get going. And it's a good time to go back because Uncle Charlie is heading back with a whole lot of Jason's extended family.
He's the link to finding out what there is about our past, to find out more about who I am. No one ever tells you growing up about your ancestors or how they were brought up or what makes you think the way you do. So only by going back to China you can get a good grasp of that, I think. And I think we're in store for a bit of an adventure with him and his family.
The first stop was Hong Kong. It's a taste of the Orient before we join about 30 of Jason's rallies on the bus to Guangzhou.
Nearly all the Chinese settlers to New Zealand came from the villages in the Guangzhou province. My rallies are mainly from Santong, China's largest jean manufacturing area.
My ancestors are from a village in the Punyu district of Guangzhou. That's the one piece of information I gleaned from my one meeting with my father. And I wonder how hard or easy it'll be to find the place. At the border, we get off the bus and walk through customs. My first impressions of China are formed by a call of nature.
Oh, you need your ticket to get on?
Yeah,
you
man.
have to sit in the right place.
Yeah, man, we're in China. It's a squat toilet. This is the romantic ideal I've always held of China. Rural, poor, yet somehow noble. What a cliche. This is not what modern-day China is all about. Development's taking over, and this way of life is fast disappearing. This is Guangzhou City, the modern face of China, where pedestrian crossings are just lines on the road that don't mean a thing. And the cats? Yeah, I asked myself that question too. Just being in China is really emotional, and I feel really like a part of it, even though I can't speak the language. The food is quite foreign. Everything is pretty alien about the place, and yet I still feel part of it. It's kind of weird and quite emotional to talk about, I guess. This is the Pearl River. This is my awa, Pearl River. I had a feeling yesterday I've always really loved Asia. I've been to other parts of Asia and just going, wow, actually, it is mine, you know, as well, and I can lay claim to it.
Today, we're heading to my village in Pangdi. It's where my mum and Uncle Charlie are from. I can't wait to meet his brother who stayed behind in China. You know, there are over 370 of us now in New Zealand, and just 1 or 2 branches of the family are still in China. First, we're gathering at the apartment of one of my Chinese relations. Uncle Charlie's just come from another rally's house. He arrived in China about a week before us, and he's our guide back to the village.
So this is Uncle Charlie's brother, right? The younger brother? Younger brother? That's my wife. Oh. No, I'm just joking. No. So he was saying that in New Zealand there's over 300 of us. It's a big family, and we should keep coming back to keep the ties going. And China's changing a lot faster now, and it's important, yeah.
Just getting a handle of how everyone is related is major. Malcolm here is Charlie's son, which makes Malcolm my uncle, but a generation ahead. Yet we're close in age. My great-great-grandfather had 2 wives, hence the complicated family tree.
Your great-grandfather was son of the first wife, and my dad's the son of the second wife.
Ah, right. Oh, yeah? We're the first wife, man. We're the first wife.
We're off to Pangdi, my village on my mum's side. 70 years ago, Uncle Charlie left here for New Zealand, and this could be the last time he'll see his old home.
So what's going to happen here?
Well, in Jason, within about the next between 5 or 3 or 5 years, they're going to wipe this village out.
Really?
Because they're going to redevelop the whole area here. The big plan is to put a big shopping centre in the area where the village is. So they're going to, within maybe 3 or 5 years, they're going to wipe it all out, and they're going to resettle all the village people into apartment houses. They can do what they like, not like a civil way or democratic way in New Zealand where you have to go through all the resources and consent and purchase. They virtually say, right, they just chop down the line, we're going to do it now. In one way, I feel it's sad because it's the heritage of our family landmarks is gone. And so eventually, all such as like our family and children, they would never able to see where our grandparents or great-grandparents are from.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad Uncle Charlie's grandkids also got this chance to see the history before it disappears forever. We're heading off to the graves of Uncle Charlie's father and his 2 wives. And Uncle starts to remember events long forgotten, like fleeing the Japanese in 1937.
They using dive bombers. I can remember they screamed out and just come straight down and on top of it and then just drop the bombs. The Japanese just came out will. And they just march down and just do what they like and how they like.
During those troubled times 70 years ago, Uncle Charlie was shipped out to New Zealand. He never saw his mother again. It's not yet clear whether the graves of Uncle Charlie's parents will be safe from the redevelopment, or whether they'll also have to be relocated along with my extended family in the village.
I'm just really glad that I had a chance to come and visit here, you know, because I mean, China is growing so quick and things like this seem to be happening all the time, and it's, I guess, a part of what they call progress. It's a real shame that it can't be here forever. Kind of sad because it'd be nice to have something that's connected, I guess, to history forever, but I have a new history in another country too, so.
When you grow up in New Zealand, you don't really have a connection to your land, like Māori people, you know, they have a connection to their area, their tribe and iwi. And largely we've grown up connected to our family. So when you come here and you sit in front of your great-great-great-grandfather's photo, you feel pretty connected to the land, you know?
Come, sit down. So this is Gasang, Uncle Charlie's great-grand-uncle.
Hi.
Doesn't speak English.
Hi.
Hi. He was left here.
Hi.
He didn't go to New Zealand.
It's only on rare visits back that the 2 branches of the family can reconnect.
Young boy!